What's up, my people? This is Full Metal Fire, and I thought it was about time for me to do another anime collection update. It's been about a year and a half or so now, and I got a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm just going to go over everything real quick. And if you have any questions about anything, let me know in the comments. If you have any recommendations for me, also leave those down in the comments. Anyway, let's get started. So first off, we have here is Oh My Goddess, the complete first season. This is one of my favorite shows of all time. If you're into Norse mythology, it has a lot of elements to that as well. Good romantic comedy, a little bit of fantasy, lots of fun. Then we got season 2 right here. Now this one's a little different because the second season was released by Funimation. I think Geneon, or whatever they're called, released the first season, and then they went out of business. So this is like the save edition and the only thing Funimation has for it. Next up, this is Amagami, the complete series. Really great romance series. One of the few things in my collection that does not have a dub. But if you want a good romance, this is definitely something to look into. Then we have And You Thought There's Never a Girl Online. Good video game series. Funny romance. If you like anything about nerds and just gaming in general, give this one a watch. Then we have something probably everybody's heard of by now, Attack on Titan. This is Season 1, Part 1. I also have Season 1, Part 2 right here. And then I also have Season 2. I do not own Season 3 yet. Season 3 Part 1 is already out. I don't own it yet. I haven't gotten around to it. But I do have the Attack on Titan Junior High series. Really good watch. Now, this next one, it's not really anime, but I have it in my collection. I know a lot of people like it, and it's based off of anime. And that's Avatar: The Last Airbender, the complete series. This is the complete DVD box set that they released. I wish they released it on Blu-ray at the same time. It didn't come out on Blu-ray till after I already had this. But yeah, really good show. Then we have Black Lagoon, the complete series, without the OVAs. I haven't picked up the OVAs yet. One of the best action series in my collection. So if you love gunslingers and modern day pirates and things like that, give this one a watch. Then we have probably one of the guilty pleasure series in my collection, Cat Planet Cuties. Sexy alien cat girls. What else is there to say? It also has some pretty good action in it as well. So it's not just fan service. Then we have Castletown Dandelion, if I can remember how to speak. Really good lighthearted comedy. Not much to say about it. We have Dagashi Kashi Season 1. Another interesting series. I have not seen Season 2 yet. I don't own it. But I should get around to it at some point. Then we have Death Note. Everybody knows Death Note. In my opinion, it's pretty overrated of a series. Like the first half of it's pretty decent, but the second half just plain sucks. But yeah. Next we have, not really an anime, but it's based off of anime and stuff. This is the live-action Detective Pikachu movie. This is the Steelbook from Best Buy. Really good movie. I actually really enjoyed it. Probably one of my favorite movies from 2019. Next up, we got The Devil is a Part-Timer. Another really good comedy to watch. A lot of fantasy. Basically, Satan works at McDonald's. Yeah. It's really good, though. Then we have another one of my favorite series of all time is Fairy Tail. This is Collection 1 right here, and then I also have Collection 2 and Collection 3. I have not been buying Fairy Tail in a long time. I really need to. This is all I have of the series. And then I also have the first movie, Phoenix Priestess. Really, really good series. I love it to death. I really need to start collecting more for it. Next, we're going to have, got this out of order a little bit. Fruits Basket, the complete series. This is the original series from 2001. I know I have seen the complete first season of the new one that just came out, which I really love. But even so, the original is still a really good series to go watch. Next up, we got Full Metal Alchemist, the original series. This is complete Blu-ray, all 51 episodes. And I was lucky enough to get this before Funimation lost the license of the franchise, so I got it for a pretty good deal. Brand new, I think like right after it came out, I bought it. Yeah. Another one of my favorite franchises for anime. I also have the movie Conqueror Shambhala on DVD. I managed to find this for like $2 at a sale. I don't like the ending to the original series, but I mean, it's still something worth watching. Then we have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Collections 1 and 2. This is the complete Brotherhood series. Now, after Funimation lost the license to this and everything went out of print, I looked for well over a year to find this for a good deal. But I finally managed to do it on eBay. They actually had all of this for like $40. I think somebody was just wanting to get rid of it, and I'm really glad I own it. Full Metal Panic, the complete first season. This is another good one. Good mech series. One of the few mech series I actually like. I'm not too big of a mech fan. But it's got a lot of good action, a lot of good comedy to it as well. So definitely a must-watch. Then we have Full Metal Panic Fumoffu, which is season 1.5, more or less. All this stuff takes place in between the events of the first season. And this is more of like a comedy than anything else. It just focuses more on like the high school life of it. And has one of my favorite anime episodes of all time in it. Next up, Full Metal Panic: The Second Raid. This is the actual second season. I was surprised when I first saw this because it was a lot darker and a lot more graphic than the first season. Just a lot more violence, a lot more blood. There's a couple shots of nudity in it as well, which is I just wasn't expecting because it's always been a PG-13 kind of thing. So having this and it's still really good, but it surprised me to be that much darker than the first season. Then we have Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex Season 1. This is actually the individual volumes that I have. I managed to find these at a used DVD store, real cheap. And there's 7 of them, and that completes the entire first season. And yeah. Grimgar, Ashes and Illusions. If you like Sword Art Online, I think it's actually the same studio that did Sword Art Online. This is really similar. Group of teenagers get trapped in some fantasy-like world and try to just live in it. It's still pretty good. Haganai, I Don't Have Many Friends. Another good comedy series. This is the first season, and then this is the second season right here. Really good. And I have a lot of fun watching it. Next up, we have In Another World with My Smartphone. This is a good isekai series. Probably one of my favorite isekai series just in general, yeah. If you like isekai and you like fantasy comedy, Definitely watch this. I highly recommend it. Then we have another one of my favorites. A lot of stuff is my favorite. Infinite Stratus. This is season 1, and this is season 2. And this is another, like, kind of a mech series, romantic comedy, harem. One of my favorite harem series, definitely. But really, really good. Jormungand, the complete series. It's very similar to Black Lagoon, except instead of like pirates and things, it's more like the arms trade kind of stuff. I think the anime is done by the same people who did Black Lagoon. So if you like that show, then you're definitely going to love this one. And this actually covers the entire manga. The manga was only about 11 volumes. So you get the entire story in here. Again, not really anime, but you've already seen part of it. This is The Legend of Korra, the sequel series to Avatar. I love both Avatar series to death, but I think I like Korra a little bit more, and that's because I think the storylines are a little more complex. There's just a little bit more to it. Of course, I could just not be remembering it correctly. It has been a little while since I've seen it, but they're both phenomenal. All right, let's see. We're about halfway through. I actually got a lot. We got Lord Marksman and Venatus. I guess that's how you say it. This is another good fantasy type of series. It's more like a historical fantasy. One of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in an anime. Like, seriously. It's really, really awesome. Alright, let's try and move this over a little bit, because I'm not going to have any room. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. This has been memed a lot over the last year or two, but really great series, lighthearted. Season 2 comes out next year, so I can't wait for that. Really, really fun series to watch. Next up, we got Monster Musume. Another one of those like guilty pleasure types of series, but this one's extremely funny. It's one of the funniest ecchi series I've ever watched, and yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it. And I actually just rewatched it the other day, because I actually got some of the stuff pretty recently in the Black Friday sale Right Stuff was doing, and that was one of them. Then we have My Hero Academia Season 1. I do not own any other My Hero Academia right now. I picked this up mainly because of how well known it is, and everybody says they love it. And I like it, I just haven't gotten the chance to pick up the rest of it. I know there's like 3 seasons out on Blu-ray. I think the 4th season or something. I don't know. Then we have some Naruto here. This is the first 3 box sets of Naruto. I've tried so hard to get into Naruto. I just can't do it. I've tried several times. And the only reason I have these box sets is because they were at a used DVD place for real cheap, like $3 each. So, I mean, it's not that I hate Naruto. I just can't get into it. Yeah. Then we have Okami-san and her 7 companions. Another fun series to watch. A lot of good fun. Yeah. Then we have one of my other favorite series, One Piece. One of my favorite long-running series, especially. This is Collection 1. And then I have a bunch of the collections. Not all of them, of course. I think they have 22 or 23 of them out now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just like Fairy Tail, I haven't collected this like I've wanted to. It's been a while, uh, but I love One Piece. So I have, collection 11, 12. I have up to 13. So this goes all the way up through the Post Indies lobby. And then I also have 2 of the One Piece films. This is Film Z and Film Gold. I have seen Strong World, which I really love Strong World. I just haven't bought it. And then Stampede just came out. I haven't seen it yet. But really good films. Alright. Then we have One Punch Man, Season 1. Season 2 actually just finished airing, I think. Yeah, it's good. I like it. Then we have Orange. This was on sale when I bought it, which is why I bought it. So I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard good things about it. So if you've seen this show, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Ouran High School Host Club, really funny series. Everybody should watch this. Yeah. What do we have here? This is one I'm actually watching right now for the first time. It's called The Pet Girl of Sakuraso, complete collection. Yeah, I've seen the first 8 episodes or so of it, and I really love it so far. And this is another one of only 2 series that does not have a dub in my collection. So keep that in mind if you prefer dubs. But it's a really, really good comedy, and I'm enjoying what I've seen of it so far. Then we have a Steelbook limited edition of the first 3 Pokemon movies. And yeah, it's Pokemon. There's not much else to say. Then we have Psycho-Pass Season 1. Now, if you don't know what Psycho-Pass is, if you know that CBS show Criminal Minds, this is like that if it took place in the future. It's just a futuristic Criminal Minds. So if you're into that kind of thing, then give this a watch. I've heard the 2nd season isn't that great, which is why I haven't picked it up. But yeah. Next up, we have Recovery of an MMO Junkie. I don't think a lot of people know about this series. It's pretty short. It's only 11 episodes. But I think just like And You Thought There Never Is a Girl Online, it's similar to that. But it's a good show. I like it. Next up, we have Real Life. This is another interesting series. I really enjoy. It has a lot of good romance in it as well, especially towards the end. Now, what's weird about this series, of course, there's 13 episodes here, and then they did 4 more episodes as like the ending for it. But they did not release that with this. They are releasing it separately pretty soon, but I don't know why they didn't put that in here. It's like 4 episodes. It's weird, but really, really good show. Then we have, well, technically anime. I mean, it's made in Japan. It's the 3D movies for Resident Evil. I'm a decent. I'm a. I can't speak. I do like Resident Evil. Especially when the Resident Evil 2 remake came out, I decided to pick this up because I hadn't seen them. But these are really good movies, so if you like Resident Evil, you're going to love it. Next up, we have Rosario Vampire, the complete series, both seasons. Now, this is the series that got me into anime. Now, of course, I grew up with some stuff on Saturday morning cartoons, like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, Pokemon, Beyblade, Dinosaur King, stuff like that. But when I got into anime, like, as a whole, this is what got me into it. I was at a friend's house, and he was watching some Netflix, and this was on Netflix at the time. He had just started it, and I watched the first few episodes. I loved it, and then when I went back home, I finished it up and just went from there. And that's the start of my anime life. Yeah, but really, really good series. I wish they would have made it a little closer to the manga, because I do have the manga. But hey. Then we have RWBY, which is not anime, again. But you know, if you've seen RWBY, it's based off of anime. This is the steelbook that Rooster Teeth released that contains the first 3 volumes. And then I also have volume 4 right here, volume 5, and volume 6. And I am watching volume 7 on Rooster Teeth as it airs, and I'm really liking it so far. Let me know what you think of volume 7 so far of RWBY if you've seen it. Then we have Sekirei, the complete series. This is, I think, the 3rd anime I watched when I was first getting into anime. Now, Funimation has lost the license to this, I believe, so it's out of print. I got this a long time ago, though. Last time I checked, they wanted like $150 for this. But it's a really good show. It's an ecchi. Keep that in mind, but it's good. Next up, we have Showman Sample, another good comedy. If you just want a lighthearted comedy, check this out. Soul Eater, the complete series on Blu-ray. This is the beginning of my anime collection. This is the first thing of anime I've ever purchased. And it's a great series. Soul Eater Not, I do not own. I know that's the sequel or prequel or whatever. I actually liked it. A lot of people didn't because it like switched genres a little bit, but I enjoyed it. Next up, we got Space Dandy, the complete series. I have not seen this series since it first came out, so I don't remember too much of it. I need to go back and rewatch it. I remember liking it, though. We're getting close to the end here now. We got Spice and Wolf, the complete series. Another series I need to go back and rewatch because it's been so long since I've seen it. And it's more of a down-to-earth series. Then we have Spirited Away, which I think is the only standalone anime film in my collection right now.